Hi there, welcome back to Build-A-Stitch. I'm going to set up another little set of fern stitches here. And then we're going to do a flower that's not technically difficult, but I've never done it before, so it will be fun to check out. Okay, I'm hitting the knot under there. It's just in the way, so I need to come at it from a different angle. So there we go. Much better. Sometimes it doesn't work to do the in and out. And by in and out, I mean I'm still hitting a knot. This kind of thing in and then out so that the needle stays on the top. But when those knots are there, sometimes that just doesn't work. Okay, just a couple more of these. Last one here. I don't know why I decided on 5. It just seemed like a good number, I guess. Seemed like it was long enough the first time I did it. And it is, because you can get the general idea of how things are looking with 5. Okay, so for this little flower, it's a really different stitch than I have done before. Really, really simple. One of the big differences is, though, that we're going to use multiple threads. So I don't know how this is going to work, because that's a lot of thread on a needle, because this is all number 8 pearl cotton. I actually put 3 different colors in here just to give it a little bit of character, but you could use all one there. And basically, we're not going to knot the end of the thread. We're just going to keep it all about the same length. So I'm going to even this up here. And when I even this up, I just kind of slide it all down along here. And then the end is all the same length. So for this stitch, basically we're going to make little tufts of flowers. It's sort of like making these little spiky ones, except that in theory, it's going to be more like a pom-pom kind of a look. So for this actual stitch, it's literally go down, pull all that through, takes a little bit, leave it the length that you want it, and then come up again really close to it. You don't want to come up exactly in that same hole, because then you'll just pop the whole thing out. But come up really close to it, and whatever length you want. And then you just cut this off. I'm going to make it just a little bit shorter, and that one is still a little bit shorter than the other two, and I don't know why, because I made them the same. But the nice thing is, because there's no knots or anything like that, you can just pull that straight through and it's good to go. Okay, so just pull it. I'm going to make it just a little bit shorter. So like, I want these about the same length. And you just clip them. And then to get them to be a little bit more of a substantial flower, you can do another stitch. I'm going to do another stitch in a little bit different direction. Maybe. The hardest part is pulling all of that bulk through, and I see that I've caught a thread from the other side, and I don't want that going through there, so I'm going to pull that up. There we go. Okay. And these ends are getting a little bit different, and that's okay. If you have these that are just a little bit different height, that's okay, because ultimately I don't want to do that. Okay, there we go. So the goal is to get this in there so that you have like a little ball there. So I'm going to keep adding stitches here. Oh, I have to go down from the top. I have to remember that. And this one I'm going to do, it's going to have to be, the back is not super bulky there, but so I've kind of done this at different angles. So I started going this way, and then I went kind of that way, and now I've gone this way. And so you can see I have this nice little kind of poofy flower there. So I'm going to do another one. That's really fun. Different, but fun. Okay, so let's do another one down here. I'm just going to do a couple of these on here because they definitely take up a bit of space. Okay, so the hardest part with this one is pulling it through there. Have to keep remembering, go from the top down. And for this one, I'm going to let these stay kind of flat like this. I'm trying to do this as a small stitch, but not the easiest thing to do. And once you get that one in there, it's easier to pull it through with just the one side instead of trying to pull it all the way through both sides. Then you can get this closer in also. If you keep them kind of flat like this to start with, then you're not going to have that problem that I had at that very first one where it pulled through on me. And then you can kind of squish them together there. You know, and if I was using a thinner thread, then I could get these a little closer together too, so that I wouldn't have that middle part kind of sticking up on me, or kind of sticking out. Because there's that kind of hole in the middle. Or maybe you could take and put a French knot in there. But anyway, that's the general idea. I'm going to do one more down here at the bottom. Let's see if I can get this one a little bit smaller in the middle, or like I did in the first one. One of those threads was kind of popping longer than the others. So I'm really going really close to that. Oh, go down from the top. Almost forgot. Come on. The hardest part is pulling all of this thread through, especially when I get close to the other stitches. There we go, that one's a lot closer there. And, you know, if you wanted these bigger, you might need more stitches to get them bigger. But I'm just doing little stitches because that's kind of the scale that I'm working on is pretty small. And I want to get this one in right underneath here. So this is like, kind of like this one that we did earlier this week, where it's kind of reminiscent of those petalless flowers, like a sensitive plant. Oh, I went the wrong way. Acacias, things like that. I'll have to post some pictures of them because they're really fun flowers. I love the petalless flowers. They're just little spiky things. Okay, I feel like I'm pulling threads through that I don't want to pull through, but I'm not. Okay, there's that. And then I need to come up again, like right here. So there we go. I'm just going to do 3 of those. So anyway, there are some little pom-pom flowers. You can kind of push them one direction. You can leave them like that one's kind of nice because it's really spreading out nicely. But there's lots of fun little things you can do with that, and it gives some really nice dimension. I'm going to zoom out here if I can do it right the first time. Did not. There you go. So you can kind of see how much dimension that gives it. So I'm going to stop there for today. Have a fantastic rest of your day.